If you've been hyper independent and it is hard for you to open up in relationships and shine your heart, be vulnerable, then this video is for you. Today's video is sponsored by Babbel. Babbel is one of the top language learning apps in the world with more than 10 millions of users, and I am one of them. You guys know I speak English, as we can hear, French, but my Russian could be a little brushed up. I speak with my family, but writing Russian is difficult for me, and it's overall... Я говорит very немножко, очень немножко. Я говорит очень немножко по-русски. So what I do, I open the app, I practice my speech, and I also practice my writing skills and visual skills of the language. I associate words with images. The app has a structure designed by real-life language teachers. They make it so useful so that you can apply what you learn in real-life conversations. You can regret a lot of things in life, but you will never regret learning a new language. Click the link in my bio to get 60% off Babbel. Очень спасибо, Babbel, for sponsoring this amazing video. Now let's get into it. Hyper-independence is when you feel like you can't trust other people. You can't count on other people. If there is something to do, you would rather do it yourself. Sometimes it comes from a bad childhood, so parents were not emotionally, physically present. Sometimes it comes from bad experiences, so we trust a lot of people, and every time we do, there is this bad experience, they take advantage of us, and we have a very hard time trusting after. And we start to take everything on our own shoulders, and we feel like everything is our responsibility. And if that's you, this video is for you, okay? I want you to get real comfortable. Just like super cozy. You can lay, close your eyes, you can watch, whatever you feel comfortable doing. And chances are you are watching this video because being hyper independent and really strong sometimes doesn't allow you to have deep relationships. And maybe you don't even engage in relationships. You decide that you're going to be single to work on yourself, but then it's been 3 years and you're still working on yourself. Meanwhile, a lot of the work can't be done on our own, and a lot of our flaws can't show up when we are alone in our comfort zone, when no one is there to challenge us. And so sometimes we believe that we are making the choice to abstain from relationships, but really we are afraid. Really we lack self-trust, and we lack trust of other people. So how can we go beyond that, you may ask? Well, good question. And I might have an answer for you. When we are hyper-independent, it is important to differentiate the type of people that are in front of us when we date. In relationships, we might attract people that try to impress us instead of caring for us. And the reason is we are so self-centered. Everything in our life looks great. We are really invested in ourselves. We look good. We work out. Sometimes we are just drop dead gorgeous. What do I know? And people wonder if they're able to impress someone like you. If they're able to get you. And more often than not, these people will be all talk. They will tell you how much is in their bank account. the cars that they have or that they want to get, but never will they ever speak about our projects. Never will they try to take action to better your life. Because it's not really about investing in you and taking a part in your journey alongside you. It's just to see. It's self-centered. It's ego-driven. Can I actually impress that person? Can I get that person to like me? Sometimes it also comes from a place of insecurity. And when you don't know your worth, and when you don't know how to differentiate someone who wants to impress you versus someone who wants to care for you, you are in trouble. Because you might also feel low about yourself and just want to check the box, I'm in a relationship. I'm capable of doing the relationship. But meanwhile, both of you work on yourself in the relationship, and there is never any common unity. It's never about us. It's always about, I'm going to do this, you do this. What is that? It's hyper-independence. So sometimes we attract also hyper-independent people, and it's important to realize it. Okay? When people want to care for you, they will be curious about you. There will be no ego, and they are not just interested in the chase. Because if someone isn't sure if they can get you, once they do, something changes. It's not the same anymore. The obsession kind of goes away and you're just left with whatever. It's not as interesting anymore. But you are not a project. You are not an entertainment for people to feel better about themselves. You have so much value, and if you don't see it, people will use you as a tool for self-validation. So, keep an eye out and look out. Are they actually asking you to tell more about yourself? Are they interested in your day? Are they interested in the things that you like? Are they trying to find ways to show you that they can take care of you in any way that they can, emotionally, quality time, presence, financially? Are they trying to take care of you? Yes or no? Are they just here to talk about themselves and have a huge ego? Yes or no? So, that's number one, okay? Differentiate someone who really cares for you versus someone who wants to impress you. Then again, we have the people that really are little sneaky people, and that might be you. And because you are hyper-independent, you think that you are a burden, and that any problem that you have is a burden. You must hide it at any cost. I have this friend that has panic attacks, and she's seeing this guy, and at one time she was having a panic attack, but felt like she would be like a burden if she were to express that to her partner. So instead, because he had to work early in the morning, she pretended she was fine and ended up taking care of herself. And then feeling resentful because she was left alone in such a traumatic situation. And you have to remove this idea in your head that you are a burden. If you don't give people the handle to the door of seeing you for who you truly are and really helping you out, what purpose do they serve in your life? Why do you even want to be around them? Do you actually value them? Do you give them a chance to help you and be there for you and look out for you? And if the answer is no, do you even trust them? Do you even want them in your life? And that's the thing. Sometimes we don't share our problems or the situations that we're going through. But baby, if you're having panic attacks now, better believe that this is going to happen in the future. And I believe your partner would like to be able to have a part in that, to be able to help you. It would be weird to then learn it from someone else, because this is something so intimate about you. Of course, your life partner is going to know that, because they are the ones that are going to be able to support you and to help you. And this is why support goes beyond just money, beyond just physical. It's also being that rock in the storm that is life for you. Having a strong purpose in your life, knowing you better than other people ever will. And for that, you have to be comfortable asking for help. And if you don't feel comfortable, you can say that to them. That you've never done it before, and you feel shy, and sometimes you feel uncomfortable. Be honest. Baby step your way into vulnerability with your partner. Because that will differentiate a relationship that is superficial versus a relationship that goes deep. Okay? Now, when we talk about communication, it's not just the problems that matter. It's also the good feelings. Telling your partner that you love them, that you are thankful for what they do for you, that you are so lucky, you feel so lucky, you feel so good, you feel so taken care of. No one else is on your mind. You are the only one that I see. I am so in love with you. And saying that often. If that is cringe, if you feel cringe at the idea of being emotionally vulnerable with your partner, ask yourself why. Because if you just tell your partner, you are nice, you make me feel good, that's also something that you could say to your friend. It's also something that you could say to your mom. And so, what is the level of intimacy at which you guys are at? The things that you share with your partner that other people don't get to see, a side of you that is personal, closed off, and intimate for you and your partner and no one else. And finally, this one is for my hyper independents that also are dating. Okay? If you are hyper independent, if you like to spend time on your own, chances are you are good at entertaining yourself. And maybe you have that stunning charisma, personality, you have these jokes, maybe you're comfortable with people because of your job, maybe you tend to have fun with anyone, you can connect with anyone, anyone feels comfortable around you, and so you go on a date and you do all of the talking. You entertain that person, you entertain yourself. And at the end of the night, you think, wow, I had a great time. That was amazing. Oh my Lord, wow, this person was something else. But meanwhile, it was you who made it something else. And this is why I say, talk less, listen more, especially in the beginning, because you want to look out for what I just said in the beginning. Are you talking with someone who's trying to impress or care for you? And when you are just being extra charismatic, being all out, are you actually performing for them, or are you trying to get to know them? If your personality is so great, don't rush into showing it. They have all of their life to witness your greatness. Your charisma and your sense of humor is not going away. but you're in a vetting process in the beginning. They don't even deserve to see all of that from you yet. You have value. And so it is important that you gradually display that and that you begin by just seeing who you are talking to. Who is listening? And are they actually worthy of having that great time with you? And sometimes we think, well, I just want to make people feel comfortable. And of course, being respectful, being polite, being nice is a given. But you do not need to be the entertainer of the night. Your time is precious, so you are here for a purpose, and understanding if that person is worth it first is more important than being liked, being appreciated, being seen as cool and interesting, because you know deep down that you are. You don't need that stranger to feel a way about it. So, to sum up, hyperindependence is a disease. I'm kidding. Hyperindependence is something that we develop because we don't have a choice. And when you translate that into relationships, it's sometimes hard to build something meaningful because we're so focused on us, and they are so focused on them. So, to make sure that you don't bring your hyper independence in your next relationship, look out for these little signs. Are you really having a great time, or is it just you making the time great? Are you communicating your feelings? Are you challenging yourself? Are you communicating what you need and when you need help? But most importantly, are you differentiating someone who is here to impress you versus someone who truly cares for you? And those are the little things to look out for if you are a hyper-independent person trying to date or improve their relationships. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day, and if you liked this video, do not shy away from liking it, comment on it. It's really appreciated.